because since we're kind of on this subject, but because in a second I want to ask you about, of course, what is a black belt and what do you look for as someone who's promoted a whole bunch. As an aside, I don't want to upset any no-gi people, but if you look at the ADCC results, the people who win are people who started in the gi. Gordon Ryan competed up until brown belt in the gi.
Yeah.
You know, you look at who are they, like, you know, Mika Galvo.
He's
look
done
at
both, right?
Yeah, and you look at even the Rutola brothers. You could go on and on. Why is it that the people who spend their entire jiu-jitsu career doing no-gi don't win as frequently or sometimes at all in ADCC, and the people who have split their time, because logically I would think that if you're going into this no-gi sport, the people who were spending all their time in no-gi should be the ones who come out on top, because it's inefficient, right, on the surface. But that's not how it goes. Do you have any ideas why that is?
What's the question?
So basically, why is it that when you look at ADCC results, very rarely is it someone from a no-gi only gym who wins? Why is it that it's someone who competed in the gi up until brown and sometimes even black?
You know, I think jiu-jitsu with the gi, it's such an amazing tool for your brain, for you to become really technical, because you can't just muscle out of things. You have to really learn the little details, right? I think when you focus on maybe no-gi tournaments or whatever it is, higher level things like ADCC or whatever higher levels, you want to focus on no-gi,
right?
You know, right? Like things, right? You want to focus on training lat, you know, just like Andre Galvão. He's like, yeah, I'm doing a lot of no-gi right now, no-gi right now, but he loves the gi too. You know, I think if you're a black belt in jiu-jitsu, you should be doing both,
right?
Or else you're not really, like, you know,
it's not the
black
same
belt.
to you.
Yeah. I think you should do both. You know, I think you should be it's a man of cloth. Like, you should be doing both. If you're a black
Did
belt,
you say a man of the cloth?
I don't know.
I love that. I feel like you should like write that on the wall or something.
You know, but you should be doing both. You should be doing both. Like, there's no like, and you know, the Eddie Bravo has done a great job of marketing.
Right.
You know, the whole no-gi thing, because there wasn't any of that talk before he started that. You know, gi or no gi. Right. It was him doing like, oh, it's a waste of time, this and that. But he also did the gi, right?
That's how he started. He would wear the gi pants in competition.
Of course, So I think gi is such a great tool to learn jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Because it makes you more technical, makes you more, you know, just makes you better. And as a lifestyle, there's just so many more things that you can do.
Right.
Like, and keep learning, keep you know, and you can go from gi to no gi. There's just more tournaments you can do. So I think you should do both. You know, I think you should do both. And I think to answer your question, the people that winning the ADCCs, for example, it's a jiu-jitsu grappling tournament, right? I think that piece developed their brains.
Yeah.
The little subtleties,
right?
The technique, it made them more technical. And because they had that, they were wired that way. They got wired that way. They were able to execute that at the highest levels in gi or no gi.
Right. And so, I mean, do you think there's an aspect too of, for example, you know, when I'm training no-gi, there's been a couple times with my students who are rapidly getting really good, where in a no-gi situation, I've used sweat to get out of something. In the gi, the friction of the cloth on cloth.
Yeah, not that easy.
If you don't do it right, it's not going to work.
Right,
it doesn't matter how sweaty you get. Is that an aspect of it too, do you think?
For you have to be more technical. You have to really be able to, you know, for sure. You can slip out. You can be more athletic. You can get away with things, right? Being real athletic, or you can get away with things.
So what are your thoughts on?
You have to slow things down. Yes, it's slower. Like no-gi's faster, and I get it, you know. And like I said, you should do both, you know. But I think it's nice to have options.